Monrovia, Liberia, West Africa. Office of the Chairman. The avant-garde party in the neo-colonial establishment. On the home front, our institution has been consistently defending the rights and privileges of our people since the birth of its existence. In every given society, especially societies like ours, where contradictions become visibly evidential, it is the responsibility of our institution to do a proper introspection of the society and determine the way forward for the masses of our people. Against that backdrop, the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Party, after a thorough and thoughtful consideration of the Executive Council, Supreme Council, and General Congress, hereby endorses the planned nationwide protest.
Yo, support the protest. Yo, 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 yo. The mass will join. Yo, yo, yo.
Hereby endorses the planned nationwide protest initiated by Representative Yeke Koruba on the team Movement Against Waka Presidency.
Manda! 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 Manda!
In times of a national tragedy, where the people have been reduced to beggars, it becomes a compelling option to take against the system demanding a befitting existence for the mass of our people, since the incipiency of this United Party-led government that campaign on the mantra of change and rescue. There have been too many fads and missteps within the governance architecture of the state. A few of the reasons why our party have decided to endorse the protest are as follows. The wastage of over 600 inaugural program. 2. The squandering of 365,000. The refusal of the government to audit past governments. The president's erroneous statement on the consolidated account. 6. The attempted summary dismissal of over 40,000 civil servants from the payroll of the government. The forceful removal of people with tenure positions. The dismissal of over 300 EPS officers without justifiable reasons. The brutalization of peaceful students of the University of Liberia. The massacre of mine workers in Grand Cape Mount Kinjor. The 4,500 United States dollar coupon by wrongful demolition of poor people's property across the country. The increment in the price of basic commodities on the Liberian market, especially the price of rice. The shaded 285 yellow machine utopia deal and the LDA saga. For these and many other reasons, our party is calling on the marginalized people of the Republic to unite and support the planned nationwide protest that will compel the government to live up to its promises. Our party sees this as a national obligation to ensure that there is accountability and transparency across government. Therefore, all those who are for rights and progressive in their understanding must join this patriotic call for the redemption of our people.
Manda! 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 Viva, 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 struggle and period, viva! Viva!
For change to occur, the people themselves must be prepared to take bold steps and ready to pay the price for them. Furthermore, the party uses this wavelength to call on the public works to condition major roads across the country. Before this government came to power, one of the developmental objectives that was high on the agenda was the issue of roads. Road is one of the vital instruments that helps drive the development of any country. To our dismay, this government has come to power with a different agenda. Instead of focusing on the issue of roads, the president appointed Roland Guinness to serve as Minister of Public Works. Working assumed the responsibility to connect the country, but this minister has proven to be extremely corrupt. A few days ago, the Public Works Minister appeared before the Senate and he admitted his dubious dealing and begged for mercy from the House of Senate. He was pardoned by the House of Senate for grossly violating the PPCC law of our country.
Down, 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 down. Wanna get it down. Down, 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 down. Corrupt Public Minister down. Down.
For us, we don't see trust. We don't have trust for some members of the legislators to create checks and balances within the government of the state. The party is therefore calling on to provide a detailed account of the 22.4 million that was given, because from what we see, what we can see thus far is that the money was squandered and not used for the intended purpose. The Liberian people are perishing in hunger and abject poverty, while certain individuals of the United Party government are looting the national treasury of the state. On that note, the party threatens unspecified revolutionary actions in the coming days if the Minister of Public Works refuses genuine justification on how the 22.4 million has been spent for the construction of roads. In the same vein, the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Party vehemently condemns the instability in the price of rice across the country and calls on the government through the Minister of Commerce to ensure that the price of rice within the Republic is resolved as soon as possible. We are aware of the dubious and conflicted nature of the Lebanese minister in Ami Modar. Minister Modar is playing double standard at the Ministry of Commerce. At some point, he is doing business with foreign businesses, not Liberian businesses. And at the same time, he wants to be a commerce minister regulating all businesses and commercial activities across the country. Minister Modar, who is a business tycoon, has a significant share within the cartel of rice importers. This commerce minister has deliberately decided to allow the cartel of rice importers to increase the price of rice with the intent of making more profits to the detriment of the Liberian people's survival. In a country where a very low human capital income, how do you expect the people to have the purchasing power when you nefariously increase the price of rice on the market, considering the fact that rice is the nation's state? There is a serious fluctuation in the price of rice across the country, even though the government informed the Republic that interventions were being made to keep the price of rice at its normal. In some quarters, especially in the leeward counties, rice is being sold for up to $20 United States dollars per bag, instead of the regular price of $16.75 United States dollars. Those who are behind, those who are blended by historical realities might just end up becoming victims of historical circumstances.
Manda, Luther.
The United Party-led government must understand that on April 14, 1979, the entire Republic came to a standstill as a result of the increment in the price of rice. Interestingly, the government is making every attempt to repeat the historical mistake of April 14, 1979 that could be avoided with sound economic policies. The government should stop provoking the anger of the masses, because when the people get so frustrated, the next option is to take control of their destiny. We want to announce to the Republic that if the issue of rice scarcity is not resolved urgently, the party will take a radical stance, calling for the unconditional resignation of the Commerce Minister.
Down. Lomani business me down.
Lastly, the Avant-Garde Party is deeply concerned about the issue of the lack of buses for the students of the University of Liberia, especially those students at the Fender Belt. We want to emphatically state for the record that the administration of the University of Liberia has been lackadaisical on the issue of buses to provide smooth transportation access for the students on the Fender campus. The administration of the University of Liberia under President Julius Southern Nelson has proven to be very sluggish and insensitive. That the administration has failed to live up to the agreement that was signed with the transport service provider. As we speak, the students on the Fender campus are going through serious difficulty with the issue of transportation, while the administration refuses to make an effort towards the issue of buses. The interests of the students are the heartfelt or the heartbeat of our struggle. Therefore, anything that creates constraints or undermines the education, the attention of the government in demand of buses. For the Republic and its people, we dare to struggle. Long live the Republic, long live the Avant-Garde Party, long live the dejected masses, long live Pan-Africanism, long live the National Liberation Project. Luther continue dawn and issue on the 12th day of June AD 2024 by mandate of the all-powerful chairperson of the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Students Alliance State Road University, signed Patriotic Justin W. Jalaba, Secretary General Prosa, approved Cadre Richard C. J. Kobe, Chairman Prosa.
Manda! Viva the angels of the masses, viva! Viva, Prosa, viva! Viva the message, viva! Long live, Chairman, long live the message, long live!
If there's one thing that we can wager our life for, is that at every given point in time when the chairman of our party is given the responsibility to communicate the position of our party to the Liberian people, he never disappoints. And so, you have listened to the brilliant presentation by the all-powerful chairperson of our party. Spoke against or spoke on, we cover too many issues. And so it will be fair enough that the Liberian people have listened. The international community is following this particular process. It will be fair enough that we give members of the press the opportunity to ask questions. But the questions should be in line with everything that was read. Everything that was read within the press statement for our party. And so what you will do, the procedure is for you to call your name, introduce yourself, you tell which media institution you represent, and you ask your question in line with what was being read. So the party will be taking at most 4 questions.
So my name is Emmanuel To, I report for Cool 91.9. I'm concerned about the date of the nationwide protest. I heard about it, but there was no date, specified on that.
Okay, so thank you for the question. We appreciate you, Emmanuel, for always coming around whenever you've been called by the Avant-Garde Party. So with respect to the date of the protest, this is a nationwide campaign. So it is not a one-day event. It's not a one-day event. This is a 6-year project. It's a 6-year project. So when the Avant-Garde Party in consultation with all other institutions that are involved, including Liberian people, have resolved on a particular date, obviously the institution will move into history. But like I said to you, this is a 6-year project. It's not a one-day event.
So my name is Christopher Bestman and I report for Independent TV Liberia. I want to know what is it that the party is strictly focusing on the lack of buses instead of other welfare for the students, lack of chairs. What is it that the party is not focusing on the lack of buses?
Alright, so it's not that the party is only focusing on the issue of buses. As you may have been following the Avant-Garde Party, we then evolved into too many advocacies on the university campuses. So we have now only been restricted to buses. But the issue here is we cannot catalog all of the issues at the same time. The reason why we are flagging the issue of buses is because it's something that is very immediate. As we speak, we are at the verge of going to final, and students find it difficult to commute to go on final campus. So this is immediate. While it's true that the issue of buses are necessary, we also call the University of Liberia, and we did that before. Few years ago, few months ago, we demanded the University of Liberia to provide buses for students, and you were here. And with that advocacy, it yielded fruit, and there were chairs. Are those chairs sufficient? No. They are insufficient. We still need chairs for the students. And the issue of bathroom, the issue of sanitation, yet the avant-garde party is still calling on the University of Liberia to make the University of Liberia campuses a very good and a conducive environment for learning activities.
My name is Bladin Winston. What do you say to those who believe that you have been induced or one way or another been used by politicians?
All right, so we don't control the opinion of people. Because one thing we understand that there are several schools of thought. No matter what you do, there are people that will come with diverse opinion. So we're not so particular about them. But what we can say to them, that this process of this struggle involves the Liberian people. This is something that is real. This is something that increase of price of rice on the Liberian market, the issue of commodity increment on the Liberian market, the issue of the 22.4 million that was squandered by the public works minister. These are things that are glaring. So you don't have to be a member or aligned with a particular institution to be able to stage a struggle. So we want to say to you, you are entitled to your opinion, to whatever you want to say. But what we want to say to you, that this process is free, is void of any political influence. It is about the Liberian people, and we are always
I'm Benjamin Johnson for Freedom FM. I'm concerned you endorsed a politician, collaborate with a politician to stage a nationwide protest election. In my colleges, ask questions of your political influence. Don't you think it's a political influence to you and Kolba?
So I will say to you again that few months ago, the avant-garde party initiated a nationwide campaign against fire disaster in this country. We organized a march for fire. An individual or an institution? No. We are saying to you that this campaign encapsulates the general disenchantment of the Liberian people. So you and I, we are aware with all of the prevailing situations that is unfolding, that is popping in the political corridor. We don't need to wait for Mr. Yaga Koruba to initiate a struggle. But the reason why we decided to endorse the process, because the process is significant. The process is killing each of the Liberian people. And anything that has to do with Liberian people's interest, the avant-garde party will support that endeavor. So regardless of your political alignment, regardless of who you are in society, the avant-garde party fundamental and constitutional responsibility is to always speak on behalf of the voiceless.
Thank you. My name is Edwin Melvin Joy, and I report for Voice of Liberia. My attention is drawn to the Public Works Minister. Earlier, the Public Works Minister was being pardoned by the issues of the 22 million that was quote-unquote squandered by the ministry. How does it intend or engage and appears before the image of the legislature?
I don't understand your question.
My question is, earlier the legislature had pardoned on the Minister of Public Works. That means they are satisfied, they accepted the way they squandered the money. So my question here now is, how do you go about restaging in consideration with the legislature?
So to answer your question in a way, the first thing we said to you that people that call themselves senators are senators. These are a bunch of unserious group of people.
Come again?
Bunch of unserious group of people. I'm telling you that bunch of unserious group of people. I'm speaking from the headquarters of the avant-garde party. That's how we see them. That is how we see them. Bunch of unserious group of people. How can people go to a retreat and spend $13,000 in 4 days now? Are these people serious about Liberian people? They are not serious. The Liberian people barely afford a cup of rice to eat on a daily basis. So United States dollars just for a 4-day program, and you think they are serious? They are a bunch of unserious group of people and corrupt people. So they sat over there and they went in alignment with the same corrupt Guineas who squandered the 22.4 million United States dollars to refurbish a maintenance road that today people in the southeast, they barely and make their way to go to their various areas. People are constrained. All over the country, the roads are bad and deplorable. You went over there and pardon a criminal. How can you pardon a criminal? Gideon is a criminal. So if you can pardon a criminal, of course you say you are a criminal. So we're saying to you that bunch of unserious people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.